Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. My name is Penapple and today I am doing another speed build. If you're interested in this build, you can find it on the gallery. My origin ID is penappleYT. I apologize if I sound kind of bad. I think I'm coming, I know I'm coming down with something. I'll talk about that more later, but for now, just apologies for the crackling quality of my voice. But yeah, so I am building this cute little home. Oh my god, it turned out so good. It's like the boxiest build I might ever have done, so I'm really impressed. I feel like I managed to pull it off because when you're building in The Sims 4, it's very difficult to make boxy things look good. Things that are boxy in real life look a lot better. And this is based off of a real life house. Mostly just the color scheme, a little bit the shape, but really it's just the color scheme. Like, I was on one of my jogs and I saw this house with brick and like green windows, and at first I was kind of like, that looks kind of weird, but then I was like, I can build that in The Sims, and I got really excited, so I immediately built it, and I think it turned out really well. I'm really pleased with it. For whatever reason, the Sims team has decided that these windows, not the two I just put out, but these windows, these bright green windows, they've decided that they aren't actually green, and so they are not labeled as green in the what's it called, in the library, the library thingy. Majig, I don't know. But yeah, so I pulled them all out by hand just because I was like, I want to know my options. Like, and also another annoying thing with them, most of them are green on one side, white on the other. There are a couple that are not. They're green on both sides, and anyways, we are less than 3 minutes in and I've already got salty. I am going to get hypertension, probably, honestly though. Let's not get into more mystery illnesses, but probably will get hypertension in my lifetime. It runs in my family. But anyways, let's talk about more fun stuff. Jogging. If you didn't know, which if you've watched any of my builds, because I always talk about whatever exercise I've been up to, who knows why, probably just because I want to gloat. But I've taken up jogging quite randomly, but I've been sticking to it. It's so weird. And like, the other day, my boss was like, so do you think you're gonna like train for a 5K? And I was like, no, are you crazy? That's like, I could never do that. And then she looked at me kind of funny, and I was like, and it took me a while, but like a couple days later, I was like, how many miles is a 5K? It's like 3.1 something miles. I've been running like consistently like at least 2.5 miles like 3 times a week, and I was like, oh my god, I've almost been doing a 3K or a 5K on like a weekly basis. It was crazy. But saw this house on one of my jogs, and so yeah, build inspiration from jogging, from getting out in the real world and moving my legs. But yeah, I also, although with I said I'd mentioned me talking about me being sick, I'm recording this on a Thursday, and on Monday I went for one of my jogs, and I had a little bit of a headache before I went. It got worse. And it was really awful. And then I came home, took a shower, and I basically crashed. Like, I've never had anything like that happen to me before. Like, I went to bed at like 6 in the afternoon, and I did not wake up until like 6 in the morning. Oh, I did kind of wake up, but only to like get ready for bed and then go back to bed. It was wild. Not in the good way. But yeah, here you can see I'm doing some of the coloring. This lot has, it's based on a dirt lot, which I am slightly confused about. I don't know why there wouldn't just be a continuation of the board texture that's around it, or even the brick texture, but whatever, Sims team. So I ended up coloring it with grass myself. I think I used grass from the outdoor retreat just because I love that grass. I think it's a really nice color. But yeah, I've gotten into the interior, And you can see some of those windows are green on the inside and some of them aren't, and it drives me crazy. Also, I end up redoing the second floor layout, and for once in my life I kept in that, because this build went so fast. Like, it was really weird, but like I was pretty just like set on my decisions. Like, there was a lot less indecisiveness than usual. It was nice. I was watching Gavin Sims stream while I did it, and so maybe that's why I was half paying attention to both things. And didn't let that anxiety get me down. Oh my god, these string lights. I want to be able to use these string lights. I don't think I'll ever really be able to use these string lights. Something about them just like is beyond me. Like, I've seen other people use them well, not me. I have no idea what's going on. I think part of my problem is I'm trying to be too like symmetrical with them, and I think they need to be more like haphazard. But for reals, guys, I love me some string lights, but for the life of me I cannot manipulate string lights. It's just like beyond me. Ugh. Anyways, here's the kitchen. Love how this turned out. I love the eat-in dining room, especially right up against the windows. For some reason it kind of reminds me of like a grandma's house or something. I don't even think any of my grandma's stuff had that in their house, but that's what it reminds me of. And so, oh, before I forget, we're 7 minutes in. This is a bad time to be making announcements type thing. But I did get the Jungle Adventure Pack. I'm not using it at all in this build because I made this build way before that. And I also didn't even think I was going to get the Jungle Adventure Pack. But then I saw those plants. Oh boy. Oh my gosh, I had to get them because I'm going to be doing a Ghibli build. I'm going to be building Kiki's house, the one she leaves before she goes to the big city. So not the bakery, her house, from Kiki's delivery service, because the roof is like covered in plants, and like I am ready. I've been recording myself building it on Twitch, also recording it for speed build purposes. So I'm going to have to go back and edit all that footage. That'll be not fun. Let me just tell you that now. This was a pain in a way, like what I'm building right now to edit, because I did it while watching other people do stuff and like typing occasionally, and just like editing out all the little pauses is like bleh, not my thing. But that's okay. It's kind of like I wanted to make sure I recorded the Kiki one because I really want to make a speed build of that, and also because I forgot to record the very first thing I built on Twitch on my streams. And so when I forgot to press record when I started doing the Kiki build, and so at a certain point I was just like, bulldoze. I just deleted the whole lot and started over because I really wanted to have that footage. And things go faster the second time you build them, so it wasn't that big of a deal, but I was thinking of you guys, okay? So yeah, but streaming has been so much fun. If you don't know / have not been paying attention for like the last 2 minutes, I started streaming on Twitch. It is fantastic. It's so much fun. I'm already almost like 50 followers, not subscribers, followers. There's a difference. Gotta learn that terminology. Only after 2 streams, and so it's just, I mean, I mostly credit that to I have a lot of friends on Twitch who have been super supportive of me and awesome, and they've been popping into my streams, and I think that's really helped, and like they help keep up the conversation too. But I have a blast when I'm doing streams, so I'm really glad that I found that, and yay, I'm excited. If you haven't checked it out, please do. There are some like recordings of my first 2 streams. Some of the audio is cut out of them, as is the nature of using copyrighted music when you're streaming, but I'm not gonna give up my music because it's what keeps me going. But anyways, we're doing this. The interior ended up being quite neutral. I'm not quite sure how much I like it. And like, although I love this fireplace and I love the like little baskets above it, it probably would have made more sense to put a TV there. I didn't. I put it off in the corner, which I've seen in people's houses. Like, it's kind of awkward. But it was like the only place I could think to put it. So I just kind of was like, this is kind of a small house. Like, I think it's okay if it has like a slightly wonky sort of like interior scheme. But yeah, surprisingly neutral interior, except for like the teenage and kid room. Those like exploded with color because I cannot be contained. But yeah, so, oh gosh, what was I gonna say? The windows in the front got lopsided. I didn't even realize I raised these windows up like on one side and didn't realize it until I was literally editing the intro footage, and at that point there is no turning back, guys. Nope, no turning back. So you guys got lopsided windows. Have fun. But yeah, I did this landscaping. It's very haphazard. It kind of brought in a yellow accent into the color scheme, and I appreciate that, but it's mostly just red, yellow, and white flowers, and I think it turned out good. I think it's fun color scheme. You can tell I don't have jungle adventures because otherwise this whole building would be literally covered head to toe in ivy, because that ivy, it's amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing. It's worth it for the ivy, honestly. But yeah, I still probably won't be doing a jungle adventure build like on its own. Like, I will definitely be using the pack, but I was just kind of like, meh. And then I saw the plants and my whole life changed and turned around. But yeah. Oh my gosh. I apologize if I'm a little like low energy. I think it's the illness. I think I'm sick. Like, my throat hurts and I'm like, oh good. Oh goody. And I almost didn't want to record this morning because I was like, oh yeah, I'll do it Friday. And I was like, you know that you're gonna lose your voice, and you know that you're gonna get all anxious on Friday because it's gonna be too short of a turnaround time because it takes forever for your videos to render. And even though your internet has improved since you've got an Ethernet cord, it still takes quite a long time to upload stuff. So you know that if you don't do this now, you will be anxious and you won't have a voice. That was the thought in my head. If you ever wanted to know what it sounds like in my head, that's what it sounds like. It's very hostile in there. For me. For everyone else, it's like, oh, this is cool. I mean, more my opinions of people, but you know, I'm sounding like a frog and I'm not appreciating it, but whatever. We'll just go to Frog World and hang out there. Don't make it worse on purpose, Penelope. Goodness. People actually have to listen. Well, they don't have to listen to this, but they are listening to this and they have headphones in and they will turn you off. So, okay. Loved using this bench. It kind of cemented that sort of, yes, we are going with this yellow accent, but I've never been able to use that bench before, I don't think, and it's like the cutest, like most adorable thing. Like, I want that in other colors. Like, I want the daisy print, but in like other colors, because like I love that yellow, but it's a hard color to use. But I brought it back in with like that like little like succulent planter thing, and it's so cute. But this build is still kind of riding high off of the laundry day type excitement. The turnaround time between laundry day and Jungle Adventures was pretty short. Now also I'm wondering what the next thing, because we have another quarter coming up soon, don't we? Yeah, in a month we have another quarter coming up, and so we get more stuff. Interesting. I wonder what we're gonna get. I feel like the Sims team has been doing a better job of like getting people like excited for stuff, and telling people what's coming up, and so I feel like there's been a lot less speculation about what's going to happen next and a lot less leaks. But anyways, this roofing piece, I don't know what happened to it. It just decided to antagonize me and it was annoying. So I wanted the roof there to be a little bit higher, and I mean, it's not that big of a difference, but it wasn't what I wanted. So that was really annoying. But I thought I was about to start on the upstairs layout, but I think maybe I probably gave up at the time, and so now I'm just doing the kitchen clutter, which I feel is, I feel like I need to maybe branch out with my kitchen clutter. I feel like my kitchen clutter is always the same with the 2 cutting boards sitting next to each other, because guess what? That's what I have in my kitchen. I have a collection of cutting boards. Yeah. And then also the canned olives and stuff. I don't have a collection of canned olives or of glass jarred olives in my kitchen, but I guess if I lived in the Sims world, I would. But I do have multiple, or I used to, I have multiple like utensil holders, because I just realized now that I put a metal utensil holder next to a ceramic one. That makes sense, right? They both have wooden utensils in them, so there's no reason that there's 2 of them, but that's okay. It's okay. But yeah, other than my jogging, I don't really have any other stories. Like, I'm drawing a blank. I mean, well, I went to yoga the other day, and it was very awkward because there were only, I go to the advanced class at like 8 a.m. on a Saturday morning, so usually it's like pretty like chilled out. There aren't a huge amount of people, although I have seen like up to like 15 people in there before, but today there were only other 3 students, so it's like 4 students and the teacher, and that's not too awkward. Like, I've gone to yoga once and I was the only student. Now that is awkward. That is very awkward. And then I also, in that event, for some reason that day I didn't choose, but my body chose to like start like getting faint on me. Like, I started getting tunnel vision when I was doing some of the poses. It was bizarre. This was a while ago, so don't worry about me. I'm fine. But yeah, so anyways, why you ask, was this awkward? Also, here's that layout I was talking about doing. I wanted to fit a kid's bedroom and like a public bathroom, like access to the whole household, not just an ensuite. So that's why it got all awkward. And then I was trying to figure out where to put the stairs, because that is the bane of my existence in The Sims. Oh, okay. Whew. Anyway, so why was yoga awkward? Well, one of the students walked in, and then like her and the instructor just like exploded. They were both just like, oh my god, hi, and they were like freaking out. And apparently they used to live together in like 1980. They hadn't seen each other in like 20 years except for on Facebook, and so they just had like a reunion in the middle of yoga, and it was so awkward. Like, because it was like kind of sweet, you know, like, oh wow, I haven't seen you in like 20 years, but then at the same time it was also kind of like, oh wow, I haven't seen you in 20 years. And nobody else in the class like knew either of these people well at all, and it was awkward. It was really awkward. I have a low tolerance for awkward, though. You'd think I'd have a higher tolerance since I am very awkward, but nope. Anyways, here is like a little junk corner, because I wasn't quite sure what to do with this awkward space here, but I've actually seen this before in people's houses, like a kind of a stairway area where you put stuff, and it's given me life. I love it so much. I'm a huge fan of making clutter corners in The Sims. I'm also a really big fan of, excuse me, I have to like burp or something. Whew. I'm also a huge fan of putting clutter on chairs, like books and stuff, because that's just life. Everybody has that clutter corner. I've said this before, I will most likely say it again, but everybody has that clutter corner. Like, for a lot of people, they are able to put that clutter corner into a closet, but for the most of us, honestly, we just have a clutter corner in any household. Doesn't matter how big your household is, doesn't matter how small. You have a designated area for clutter. Some people have a drawer, some people have a chair, some people have a literal corner. So anyways, I just really, I'm like super like adamant about this and like passionate. And honestly, if you'd asked me, are you passionate about clutter corners? I would probably have said yes. Who am I trying to kid? This is a common theme. But yeah, this bedroom, the master, I'm not a huge fan of how it turned out. I feel like maybe that rug wasn't the best choice. and maybe also that bedding wasn't the best choice, but like this bed came with so many weird swatches and I don't know how to use them. So I really wanted to try and use this green. I wanted to try and integrate the green back into the color scheme. I kind of failed. I also thought that I put a lot more work into this build, into this room than I actually did, because I spent all this time on this little like portrait collage. And then when I went to go like film it for the panoramic shots, I was like, this room is actually kind of bland and empty. Penelope, what were you doing? And my answer to myself was, I was building a paintings collage wall. It's pretty. Just look at that. Yeah. But yeah, that bed has a swatch that's like orange, and I saw somebody use it really well. I forget who. It was some random stream I was watching. It wasn't like even a builder stream, but they were just using it so well. Like it actually fit and looked really bright and nice. And that is one of my life goals now, is to make that orange bed swatch look good, because I have not. Maybe I just need to do a room build. Oh gosh, sorry, I left a pause in there. I tried to edit them all out. I'm sorry. Although, to be fair, there's probably going to be more pauses towards the end, because I edited the last half of this while, again, watching other people's stream. Oh, I'm sorry. I used some more of these cat and dog plushies. They still haunt my soul. They are so creepy. Why did they make them so creepy? Like, look at that cat's eyes. Look at it. I mean, the dog is less creepy, but there are swatches. Okay, that dog is more creepy. Like, there is creepiness abound. But I love how this kids' room turned out. I feel like all of my kids' rooms turn out really, like, traditionally feminine. And, like, I don't know why. I think it's just because I like bright colors, and bright colors are usually associated with girly traits, which is weird. But anyways, oh, I know what I wanted to talk about. Oh, how could I have forgotten? Oh, this bit should have gone at the beginning. This lot has, I think, 3 fisherman statues around it. 3. And they're all pointed at the lot. You can see there's, okay, one of them isn't, 2 of them are, but you can see little glimpses of them. You can see them out of the windows. Like, if you look closely at the windows, not like right now, but like throughout the house, the fishermen are just staring in at you, and it's so creepy. Oh my gosh. Like, who decided that? Like, they're just looking into the house. Like, look there in the right-hand corner. It's just there. Okay, I'm sorry. It was really creeping me out. Also, first time I was able to use those curtains, not I think for their intended purpose, because I think they're supposed to cover the whole window. So I was really pleased to make them just like into a short curtain, because like I don't get why. I mean, I kind of do, but like using a whole, like, if the curtains were a little bit more see-through, I'd understand using them to cover the window, but like they're just like fabric. This sounds really dumb. I mean in The Sims, not in real life. But like in The Sims, I don't know why you would cover like with that thick of a fabric, since you can never like open it. Because in real life, you know, if you have like a thick curtain, you can like open it. But in The Sims, it like just stays covering the window for all of eternity and time. But oh my gosh, what am I even saying? We are coming up on the end of this build. If you are interested in being notified as to when my next build is, be sure to subscribe. I think that's what it's called now. I'm getting them all mixed up with Twitch. I'm converting. It's dangerous territory we're in. But anyways, that way you can be notified as to when my next build is. My next stream will actually be tomorrow. And it's at 9 a.m. PST. So yeah, I hope you guys are all having a really great day. I hope you enjoyed this build. And yeah, I will maybe sort of kind of just trying to extend out how long I'm talking so that there's less of a lull, because the music doesn't turn on as early as it usually does. But yeah, I will see you guys next time. Okay, we're good. Bye!